Hello, everyone. Welcome to Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy. It is Friday. Here we are for some more stamping fun. I hope you guys can see this well enough from this angle. I guess like both angles might actually be super useful since I know you guys can see it a little bit with the camera that's on my face. So I'm actually going to do a Q&A on the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So this is the full-size machine. There is a mini that is coming out soon. It's to be determined, as we don't have an actual date on that yet, but hoping that it comes soon. I did do a full unboxing and everything of this on my YouTube channel, so you can always check that out. That was posted yesterday. But we're going to kind of go over a lot of that same stuff today. So if you guys have any questions at all, then let me know in the comments, and I'm going to try a few different things of stuff that I have been asked prior to this machine coming out and me actually getting it in hand, that I had people question, and I was like, I don't know, I don't have it yet. So that's what I'm here. I'm here to answer any questions you guys might have. So, of course, this is what it looks like. Let me close it up, actually. It does kind of bang closed. It kind of scares me. But I have a feeling, to be honest, I really think I'll probably leave it open most of the time, like 95% of the time or more, just because I will forget to close it. And I don't know how much I'll travel with it, even more so now that we're not really traveling. So this is what it looks like, which I love, love, love the silver accents on it. And the fact that it's white, although the white makes me nervous because white gets dirty, black doesn't. And by dirty, I mean like banged up as I bring it up on the table or something weird like that. But yeah, and I was actually afraid that this would be hidden because I have this open all the time, but have no fear, there's another one on the inside. So I'm super excited about that. So yeah, it is fairly compact. Actually, I'm going to close this one more time. So it is fairly compact. Let me grab a pen. So you can see it's, about the width of a pen or the length of a pen, however you want to see that. And then, quite longer. But it is nice and compact. The height is, minus the handle, is about that of a pen. So I hope that kind of makes sense. So it's funny because I kind of felt like this weighed more than the Big Shot, but I actually think it's the suction cups that are on the bottom that are really, really, really suctiony. Because of this paper, it doesn't seem that way, but I'm like, oh, it's so cute. And it really sticks, which I guess maybe now that I've moved it around more, it's losing maybe a little bit of that sticky. But it is secure. It is not going anywhere. So that's super cool. I'm just going to bring that in. Again, you do have to assemble the handle, but they give you the tools. It's just like a little screw that goes in and then the handle's on. Again, you got those silver accents and then the silver handle and everything. So I'm going to open this back up. And the one thing that I will say, where are the original plates? So the other cool thing about the plates are they are numbered, and I think that is so cool. So there's no knowing the names of the plates or, being a genius and figuring out which one's which. There's numbers on them. So you'll see that this one, the clear plate, has a number 3 on it. Actually, both clear plates have a number 3 on it. And then this one has a number 4. And then this is another clear plate, so it's got a 3. And it's got the Stampin' Up! Logo and that straight line on the end. I'm still undecided because I have only used this a few times on whether that straight line edge is going to be super useful or whether I'm not going to use it. I'm not really sure. I know with the embossing folders, I love that edge because I can put my cardstock in and line it up with that edge. So that is super useful. So whenever I saw this, that's the first thing I thought of was it's super useful to have that line. But since a lot of times I just kind of toss my framelits under there, I don't know if that's going to matter or not. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. The compactness versus the Big Shot, yes, it is a lot more compact. The base here is a smidge wider than the center base of the Big Shot, but the fact that it folds up makes it a lot easier to haul around. One of the things with the Big Shot that I always did is like I would have the plates on it, you know, like this, and then I would like pick it up and move it, and then the plates are heavier on this side, so I would compensate and hold it a little tilted, and then they'd start sliding through, and I would usually drop them, and so I feel like with this, it'll be so much easier to just like close it up, carry it like a little purse, and then carry the plates on the side. So I am super excited about that part of it. But again, I'm just interested to see how much I actually like travel with it or move it around, because I kind of have like a little Big Shot station over there. But I don't know, because it's a little bit more compact, I might bring it over here to this table to use here and there. We'll see. Crafting is ever changing, so as the world and the craziness is too. So one of the other big questions that I had asked a lot was how the Big Shot plates were going to run through and if they would work on the new machine. So the one thing that I super love is there's a little bit more wiggle room here than there is on the Big Shot. Like the Big Shot, the plates go in and there's no wiggle room. Like it is what it is, and there's no hang off. If you have hang off, it's gonna like hit the edge and it's gonna, you know, crunchy, and all of that. This one, there's like a smidge of wiggle room. So the super thing that I like about that is, as you can see with this here, which you probably can't see, there you go. I like to do my flat edge items at a diagonal, because then it's not hitting like bump, but instead it's hitting like right here, and then it's hitting here and here and here and here and like all the way around, rather than like a big bump here and then either side and a big bump here. So whenever you do a diagonal, one, it's easier to crank through, and two, that bump is almost like a little like jump skip, like boom, like you kind of like fall down rather than glide down. So you sometimes don't get a nice even pressure of a cut, like of a cutting surface on there, and so it's not always as clean and neat. So again, the diagonal really helps with that. But with the diagonal, obviously your diagonal cardstock will hang over on the opposing corners. So you don't have to worry as much because you have that wiggle room. So that's super fabulous. So the other thing that I'm noticing, because I brought over a lot of my Big Shot plates and everything, is the plates are pretty much the same size as the Big Shot, but you have that wiggle room. So you can see I have both the regular plate here, the clear plate from using on my Big Shot, and it like pretty much lines up like exactly. The other thing is with the Big Shot, I always got, maybe I need to come down a little, I always got like shaved off edges because it would hit the side. And you can really see that with this thin die adapter. Look at that. I have shaved that off. I've actually shaved that off so much, it's not even full size anymore. Like, how crazy is that? But it's just because if it doesn't go in like, oh, straight across, then it, you know, it hits and goes and hits that side. So, yeah. Confessions of a crafter right there. I probably should make sure it goes through straight. I had someone ask me about the magnetic plate, and I thought I brought that over here. I did. The magnetic plate does go through. Magnetic plate is actually stuck to my precision base plate. Again, one of the older items. So it actually does go through. The only concern that I haven't completely explored is the fact that the like depths. So I don't know if there's a big difference on those to where you might have to add a shim or something like that. Like I said, I haven't explored that completely. Let's see. So, okay, so the new machine comes with the 1 and the 2, and the magnetic platform is the same height as 1 and 2 together. So if you have the magnetic platform and decide to purchase the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, then it should be just fine to be able to use your magnetic platform in the new machine. When the person, my stamper Julie asked, so hi Julie if you're watching this, she asked about the magnetic platform, and I was like, to be honest, I'm the last person you should ask about that because I never use my magnetic platform. I just don't. I don't know. I have a couple customers who like love theirs, and they're like, you don't use it? I probably haven't pulled mine out in like a year and a half. I just don't use it. I a lot of times use like Post-it note tape or something like that to hold it in place, and because my clear plates get so worn and used and bowed that the magnetic platform doesn't really work that well whenever they're super bowed, because it holds the framelit up high and not against the magnet. So yeah, I don't use it. But I will say I use my precision base plate a lot. And that's this one here. Like I use it as a plate, like for every single time I die cut. So yeah, you just kind of get into those grooves of what works for you and kind of stick with that. I'm sure you guys can all relate to that. So let me know if you guys have any other questions as like, you know, if there's something you want to see or anything like that. And I feel like I have like a lot of plates around here. So if you do have any of those questions. The other awesome thing that I love is the instructions are right here on the plates or on the multi-purpose platform. So it says like use 1, 2, and 3, use 1 and 4, use 1 and 3. So that's right there with you for all of your cutting needs. And since they're all numbered, you don't have to go, well, which one is the multi-purpose platform, or which one is plate 2, or, you know, because the numbers are already on there. So like this says 1, 2 cardstock, and then 3 on the top and the bottom. So 1, 2, where's my plates? Here's my 3s. Here's a piece of cardstock. And the 3s. And now I have a little scallop circle or oval on that cutting plate. So there's that. You'll also see that it has embossing. So it shows the 2 folders, the 3D embossing folders and the standard embossing folders. If you're ever wondering about those differences, trust me, when you see one and the other, you'll know which one's the 3D. The 3D is really stinking thick. Like, it's like a 1/4 inch thick. And this is like 1/8 of an inch thick. So it's like twice the thickness. Like, I'll put my finger there so like hopefully you can see the separation of the two. Maybe. But like the one is super, super thick. Like for example, here's the regular one. Of course, like all the, but like, you know, it's like flimsy, if you will. This one, like it's not going anywhere. Like it is really thick. So with the 3D embossing folder, you just use 1 and 4. So this is 1. then you would put your embossing folder in, and 4 is that little gray one. And it does show that it's like a dark finish. So you'll see on this one, the 3s are like see-through, and the 4 is dark, and that's because the 4 is dark. And then this one goes through. Ooh, that's really thick. That doesn't seem right. I wonder, let's try a 3, the clear plate. That's interesting. I wonder if maybe this is like an older style one. It's good to know that one of the other ones fits, and we all, it says 3D, and this is one of the 3D ones, but sometimes I guess it's trial and error, and you just have to go with that. So let's see what the regular embossing folder, and it says both of the 3s. Which a lot of times, I'm not going to lie, with my Big Shot, I assemble them and put them in, and I'm like, whoa, that's too thick. Or I'm like, whoo, that just shot right through. And so then I just kind of mix it up as trial and error with each one. So that one's correct. So I'm not sure why this one was so tight. But yeah. The other thing is because these are like a full 6x6, and because these plates are also 6 inches wide, I was always so nervous that I was going to nick the side of this, which you can actually see. There's a little nick right there because it went through the Big Shot and it was super tight. So I'm glad that this one has that give and take room so that I don't have to worry about messing up my folders, because I'm apparently not very gentle with that. So let me know, what is your guys' favorite Framelit set right now? I would have to say mine is it's probably a label one. I love the ovals and circles that are scallop and smooth. These are all the scallops, but I have the smooth on another sheet. I love those, and then I love the stitched shapes. I feel like the stitched shapes are like classic because they're stitching around squares, ovals, and circles, and the stitching just adds so much. And the fact that you get squares, ovals, and circles in one set, like, that's amazing, because then you have so many options. And then that fabulous stitching is like super classic. I also would probably have to say like one of the label ones. So like the Taste of Texture or something like that would probably be one of my other favorites right now. We're getting ready to go into holiday cards. So I'm sure that could change here in the next couple of weeks as I start playing with snowflakes and that manger scene. I can't wait to play with that. I'm so excited. But that also requires a lot of coloring, and I don't know whether that's going to make me more stressed or it's going to like be super soothing or something. I don't know. But I'm so excited about that set, and I can't wait to play with that. I'm trying to think of like other favorite framelits that I use all the time. Usually it's mostly like label greetings. So like labels or like I said, circles, ovals, and squares, and different things like that. For the longest time, I didn't purchase the layering squares because I was like, they're squares. I can cut squares. But then I just, I needed those scallops, and so I ended up buying them. Now, I do cut out my own squares, but the scallops for the layering are super fabulous. So here's the ovals with the scallops. So yeah, let me know. You love the stitched ones? Oh, the Stitch So Sweetly. Yes, that's another really good one. Why is it that stitching is so simple yet so perfect? Like, it just adds so much more to your label. Like, if you're just looking at 2 circles layered together, you're like, oh, that's nice. And then you add that stitching and you're like, that's amazing. So I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but that's kind of how I feel. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions about the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Even if you're watching the replay or watching this on YouTube, then leave me the comments. Leave any questions you might have. If it requires another video, I'll do that. If not, I will try to answer it the best I can with words. I feel like I can show things better than I can speak. But I guess I'm just more of a visual person, and that's why I feel that way. So yeah, that's really all I have for today. I can show you guys the samples that we did on Wednesday that are super fabulous, since I kind of had to like run off quickly as 1 o'clock approached very, very fast. So, and let me know what you guys are doing this weekend. It adds another dimension. It surely does. Yes, it's so amazing. So this one is the card that I made a boo-boo on and I had to fix, but you guys would never know that if I didn't say it. And then there's the inside. Super, super fun. This uses the Rooted in Nature stamp set. So it's not even a new stamp set. It's an old one. And then there's these two. So yeah, if you missed this one, this video was Wednesday's dose of stamping therapy. So you can always go back and watch that here on Facebook, but you can also watch it on my YouTube channel. Don't forget that you can always check me out on YouTube under the channel Laura's Stamp Pad. You can also check me out on my blog, laurastamppad.com, as I post there 4 days a week. And then, of course, here on Facebook. So when you're missing me on a weekend because you just can't get enough, I get it. Then yeah, check out any of those channels or social media, and you can see me and learn some techniques, get some inspiration, and stamp along. I probably won't be stamping much this weekend. I do try to take weekends off here and there, or only work on weekends here and there. But I am so excited because, or at least in my head, I am making a fabulous lemon cake for my father-in-law. I love lemon too, so I'm super excited about it for myself too. But it's going to be a gorgeous tiered cake, and if you know me very well, you know I really like to make desserts and cupcakes and decorate and stuff like that. But this will be my first major tiered cake. I did make a unicorn cake, and that was like 3 or 4 tiers, but that was a long time ago, so it's time to like freshen up again. So I hope it's not a total disaster, and I hope that Claire can have fun and help, but not hinder, like a 2-year-old sometimes can. But yeah, I will take pictures of that and show you guys. I do have a fabulous cake stand that I'm going to put it on. And then Brad's like, well, is that going to fit in the fridge? I was like, I don't care. I'm going to make it gorgeous. So I'm super excited about that. And then my in-laws are coming on Sunday to celebrate my father-in-law's birthday. So super excited about the weekend plans and everything going on with that. And yeah, I'll see you guys back here on Monday at 12:15 for Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy, and I'll update you with all of the chaos of the weekend, and we can share what we did. So I hope you guys will have a wonderful weekend. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. You are amazing, and you keep me going strong, so I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.